Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today, y'all are in for it. This is going to be awesome. We get to play with some cards I don't... Actually, this is the first time we put one of these cards in a deck, and another one I've just ignored forever, and decided I'm going to build a deck with it in there. So, we're going to get to rock out with Urabrask. That's right, we finally found a home for this thing, and it's right beside a bunch of other aggressive Boros cards with haste and counters and all kinds of stuff, and the deck is going to be blazing fast. So strap yourselves in. This is going to be like a Fast and the Furious movie, only we're not going to go to space and grab airplanes and whatever. But we are going to race real fast. Let's go. If you're looking for awesome protective gear for your cards, be sure to check out shop.ultrapro.com/PowrDragn and use promo code PowrDragn to save 5%. And that's on everything on the site, including this month's Ocean Blue collection or anything else you decide to pick up. Also, to continue the Fast and Furious joke, why did they not label the new one Fasten Your Seatbelts? Like, wouldn't that have been the easiest thing? Like, there's so many things they could have done that would have been better than Fast X. That's just like, why? Like, there's a million things you could have done with that would have been a great play on words. But anyway, I digress. So, here's the thing. This is going to look like typical lists, but we're making some changes here just to maximize the damage. That's the biggest thing. Not even just being hasty and faster. It's literally getting every point of damage we can in. So we've got Hopeful Initiate, because why not? We need some things that cost 1 or 2, and this grows pretty significantly in this deck. 4 Commando Faces Kakazan, again, modified is a little bit of a thing, so obviously our first couple of cards are going to get us some extra counters. Then we have Play with Fire. Full set, we want the damage, we want to be able... And honestly, it's against like runes, you really want this, to be able to pick off those early creatures to let you set up and do what you want to do. Luminarch Aspirant, no surprise, it's the creature for modified list. We're only playing 1 Valor stance, and this was kind of like the one card I didn't know what I wanted to do with. At one point, it was almost a Wandering Emperor. Another time, I was messing around with like maybe it should just be 1 Dragon. So like, I don't know, it's kind of a flex spot. If there's something you like, go ahead and play it in the spot. It's reasonable. I just couldn't bring myself to do anything else. It's at least 1 defensive card since we're so aggressive. So figured why not. Goro, Disciple of Ryusei. Now, here's a couple things with Goro. 1, we can make dragons, right? That's really awesome. But giving everything haste is actually pretty good, especially if you can play like Goro after a Commando Faces Kakazan, get to attack for 3. It can also let Luminarch Aspirant come out and hit. It can let a Hopeful Initiate come out and hit, so you can get it growing immediately. So it does a few different things in here. Our bigger creatures all have haste. Our lower end don't necessarily. So he's kind of like giving a little boost to the rest of the team there. We are playing 3 Kami's Flares because getting to shoot things and deal 2 bonus damage is super good at instant speed. And then I decided I wanted to play 2 Royal Eruption just for some hard damage, I guess, if you will. Like, we can always direct it up top if we need to. There's going to be a couple of times that maybe you can get to Kicker and it's like a get out of jail free card for 5 damage, but probably not often. Playing a full set of Brutal Cathar. This is another one I kind of wavered on, whether it was going to be Cathar or if it was going to be Luminarch the Apparition. But I decided on Cathar because it's just 1 white and it's going to be easier to cast. Because there's going to be a lot of times you want to leave up extra red mana or white mana to do other things. And it's like, we don't have to worry about our mana as much with it being a Cathar. And if it just flips to the backside, you get a bigger creature. And then Sunrise Cavalier. This is the card I'm often not playing. And I'm curious in the matchups I've been playing on the ladder how often this is going to get extra counters. But I do like the idea that it can put counters on different things if we want them to. And it does have tramples, so it does get helped out by a couple things in the deck. So we're just going to see. But it's a haste thing. We're playing the right colors. We're going to give it a go. We are playing a full set of Thundering Raiju, which can also put counters on a Cavalier, and Cavalier can trample, so that's a thing. And it's just free extra damage, because a Cavalier might just be putting counters on itself. So that's great too. But yeah, Thundering Raiju, we've played it in other decks. This thing helps us win. It's its own get out of jail free card. More often than it should be. And then Urabrask, the Praetor of the Hour, if you will. And the thing here is interesting on Urabrask, right? You really want Urabrask later in the game, when your opponent's down to a card or 2, mostly because it forces your opponent to get that card and they have to use it right then. So if they're planning on getting a counter or drawing some cards or flashing in something, they have to do it right then or they lose the card. Also interesting if they get something like Starnheim Unleashed or whatever, right? That the good part is from Fertel. So they have to just play it and get a 4/4 and they can't wait around on it. Stuff like that is pretty neat. But for you, it gives you access to an extra card. So the way it reads is at the beginning of your upkeep, you exile top card of your library and you may play it this turn. So during your upkeep, you just exile the top card and then you still take your regular draw step. So you still get access to 2 new cards. Whereas your opponent, at the beginning of each of your opponent's upkeeps, the next time they would draw a card this turn, instead they exile the top card of their library and they may play it. So when they go to draw their first card, it's instead exiled. So they still only get access to one thing and they have to use it or lose it. So we're going to see how it works out. Now, most often, we're just going to be playing Urbrath to be a 4/4 attacker. But if this comes out after a sweeper of some kind or whatever, well, now it's like, okay, cool. You don't kill this, I'm going to be getting more things. And all my stuff has haste and we have direct damage. So we're going to see if it fits. But this is the card I'm looking forward to most in this list. Lands, we're playing 7 plains, 2 Den of the Bugbear, 5 mountains, 1 Sekinzen, 4 Den of the Bugbear, 4 Sundown Pass. And I realize in this list, I should probably be playing 1 Iganjo. So we'll get that updated in the final. I don't know why. I didn't need it. We played without it, and it was fine. So whatever. Maybe we don't need Iganjos. But anyway, I should be playing 1 anyway. But that's it. We're going to play some games, and we're going to see what's up. So let's go have some fun. And as always, we'll have a catch-up for you on the back end. We'll talk about what we would change, how Urabrask worked out, what we would do as far as moving forward. And we'll have a card spotlight for you. So we'll catch you on the other side. Okay. This seems reasonable. Let's keep it. We're going to be up against the same thing? No, that is a Clerics deck. Alright. Well, we're definitely going to need some more land, but having 2 of these early does help. At least buys us some time, potentially. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of this dude. I tend to be a big fan of, if we can keep them off of life gainers, you're usually okay. However, okay, I was going to say, if that had been the Angel, that would have been a real problem. So I think we're going to do the same thing here. Get rid of that. And then maybe if we're lucky, we get a red land, and then we just get in there with Thundering Raiju and get a bunch of damage in. Alright, come on, deck. Untap red source. No deal. Fair enough. We'll attack with just that. Still get a lot of opportunity if we can get the red land here. Thundering Raiju stands to be pretty big. Alright, Blood Chief. Acceptable. Alright. Now we got to decide what to do, because that is a 3/3 now, which is highly annoying. But I think the play is play Raiju, attack with Raiju and this. I kind of want to attack with this too and just say, like, cool, if you block and kill it, then we still have both of these. And I'm kind of okay with that, because they're taking 3. They would take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and be at 9. I don't know. Maybe it's smarter to not do that. Let's just do this. We can put the counter here. Alright, well, they took it anyway, so we got, what, 1 less point out of that than we would have, so that's fine. Let's see what other removal they have here, though, because it might just be Vanishing Verse, and if so, that's a bit of a problem for us. It is not Vanishing Verse, but it is another Luminarch Aspirant. So we're going to make a real big Aspirant so they can fight our Raiju. Seems fair. Then if that's their plan, let's go ahead, we'll pump Raiju and basically just force the blocks. Okay. That's cool too, I guess. Since we're going to lose this anyway, let's go ahead and destroy that. Okay. Need any more haste things would be good here. Just a pile of things. But now is the time to draw one of them. Alright. Oh, another Raiju. That's it. That's huge. Yeah, we're going to put a counter here. Put a counter here. All business. There you go. Okay, sure. This seems fine. I mean, we don't have anything to play on 2, but we have double Cathar, so I guess that's okay. I mean, I really would like a creature here, though. Hey, we got the best of creatures. Look at that. I think we're still going to juice this. And then try to set up some extra damage next turn. Because if they don't deal with Aspirant now... Oh. What? That's a little suspicious. And then Aspirant's dead. Oh, Fateful Absence. Okay, that's fine. We can live with that. That's not so bad. Considering the alternatives. So are they playing like a Naya Humans list potentially? Trying to think what else other decks I've built that look like this. Oh, nope. It is something altogether different. Okay. Well, we're just going to draw a card. That'll work. Now I'm kind of curious if I want... You know what? No. If you have an answer to this, you just have an answer to it. Let's go. Alright, so that must mean they do have something for our Raiju. So next turn, actually, I kind of would like to draw an untapped land, play Cathar to exile a token and maybe shoot one. And then we can follow up with Raiju. But we'll see what the opponent does here. There's an Innkeeper, which does produce more mana, and we'll get them a life at the end of turn. Just straight up playing an adversary. All right. Well, that's going to change things a little bit for us. So now how do we want to do this? I guess the plan is... I mean, play this. I'm kind of tempted to play this to exile the adversary, but then like get the adversary back and blah, 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 is all that going on. I think we just attack, see how the opponent block. Well, no, because it's probably just likely to block with that anyway. Huh. Well. All right. I mean, we get 2 damage extra out of it, so why not, you know? And this is going to get pumped anyway on its own. I don't know why I feel like if we don't do this, we're going to get punished for it later, so sure. And then this way, if they get rid of the Raiju, we still have a 4/5, so that's fine. Oh, opponent goes down to 5. Okay, then. Naturalist. This deck is not going at all the way I thought it was going to. Like, this is a whole different thing here. Alright, so we can kill the Naturalist, deal 2, attack with our things, or we could just attack, destroy their enchantment, which is kind of nifty. I don't hate that either. Opponent's at 7. We attack, they go to 6. Alright. Then we kind of waste the counter on the Commando Basis Kakusan. If we do this, the opponent takes 4 up top. This would already be a 4. We get to put a counter on it. But then they gain 3. Man, there is so much happening here. Wish we would have drawn a land here. Would have made this a lot easier. But we're just going to attack here. Put the counter here. I'm going to go ahead and kill this. And just say, now you have to block. You can triple block something if you want to, whatever, but blocks have to be made. Okay, cool. Actually, looking at this, the opponent couldn't even triple block, actually. Because they triple block, then 4 gets through. So I should have just done this anyway. Unless, because the only way is if they would have had something to protect the creature. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter. There are cards they could have had. They ended up not having them anyway. So, on to the next one. Oh, this is a definite keeper. We have a turn 1 play, a turn 2 play, potentially protect the creature play. So we can't be too upset here. Oh, Ray of Enfeeblement. How sad. We can't protect the Insect, because that just gives minuses. So if they have another, they have another. We'll just have to hope we can do stuff with our Thundering Raiju or other things we may draw. Now let's get one of the Knights. Get to attack with haste. That would be good. I would enjoy that quite a lot. That is not those things. So, yeah. Go Luminarch Aspirants. End the turn. Alright, opponent has 4 mana here. Topiary Stompa. Alright, that's a thing. Gonna pass. I think we just get rid of the Stomper. And then we go ahead and shoot the opponent upstairs. Brutal Cathar. I'll take that for later. It's not really the card we want, but it'll get us through for now. Alright, so now our problem is we know the opponent can potentially just meat hook for 5. So our plan here has to be Raiju. And or for 4, so we got to make one of these a 5. So I'm just putting my money on the Raiju. Alright. So Meat Hook will get one of these, and then they can gain life. If they only have Meat Hook, they could have something else. Also, it's better to just pump the Raiju because... Okay, yeah, then we're good. Opponent goes to 7. We can... Oh, yeah, because we have... Yeah. We have to put a counter on this. I guess it doesn't really matter. We have the burn spell anyway. Yeah. Alright, not sure what the opponent was doing, but we got stuff done real quickly. Hey, I actually drew the Sunrise Cavalier. Let's see if we can make this work. So it looks like our turns might just be simple here. Just initiate, Kami's Flare, see if we can do something with this duder. Alright, well, opponent did not have a fast start here. Now, this does mean we have to be a little bit careful, right? Because they're going to have all the removal colors, if you will. So let's go ahead and attack. And I think I'm going to go ahead and try to play Goro Goro. Might be a little ambitious, but I'm okay with that. Mostly because if we feel the need to kill something next turn, then we can still attack and get 4 damage in. Ah, go blank. That's a thing. So I think it's going to be this and this. And boy, we're really going to try to get it done then, huh? All right. Let's see what we can do. Ooh, that is not the land we wanted to draw. All right, well, here's what it is. Let's go get it, team. Come on, untap land. Come on, untap land. If it's not an untapped land, we at least need it to be like... Oh, Wandering Emperor. That's a tough one. I was thinking if it wasn't an untapped land, we would have need it to be like...
protect my people.
Luminarch Aspirant. Because we could still give it haste, which would be sweet. Alright, they gain some life back, which is super annoying for us. That does not help. That doesn't help either. So that's pretty sad for us, because it means we're probably going to lose our team here. Alright, well, is what it is. Not worth just running the Cathar out there for no reason.
Still have much to learn.
Oh, I guess technically we would have turned in... Well, no, if we'd have played a spell, it would have turned in... Wouldn't have been a 3-3. There's a Lolth. Alright. So now the sad thing is we actually can't remove one of these spiders, which sucks.
Aren't I the generous one?
That's not a bad thing, though. Alright. How do you want to deal with this? We send everything into the opponent? Do we send everything into Lolth? Man, I really don't know here. I guess we just send it all into Lolth. F it. If I do this, they don't have any good blocks. They have to double block something. And they still take 2. Alright, that's fine. I don't love that, but it'll just have to be what it is.
A pity our time is over. I guess subservience will.
I mean, now they can land and meat hook, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Okay, wedding announcement. That's not so bad. Okay. Now we can Cathar with haste. Maybe I should have done that last turn, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Cathar with haste with the first strike would have been pretty sweet. We could also just remove... We could just get rid of their wedding announcement. Alright, I guess I'm going to try it. Okay, so they do have, like, Vanishing Verse here, I imagine, which is good against all our stuff. And unfortunately, Indestructible does not stop against exiling. So our best bet would be if they just had, like, Infernal Grasp or some such. Though, if we get enough damage in, we'll be real close to being able to finish them with the Bugbear, but we'll see. The opponent is giving us the rope. And you know what's funny? People get mad that they get roped, but I actually get excited about it because it means we're winning. Like, if your opponent's salt roping you, that's a good thing. So yeah, we got to change the whole narrative. Like, people think they're roping because it's going to get under somebody's skin. Just celebrate the rope. Like, use that to take notes. Maybe see who called you on your phone. You know, like, do some things with it. Like, we can steal the narrative back on the salt roping. Alright, give everything haste. Attack. Okay. Well, that's game. Alright, we'll keep this. This looks good. We can Commando into Goro Goro, maybe shoot something, get to attack for like 5. That would be awesome. And then hopefully draw a land somewhere along the way for a Thundering Raiju. Would be the game plan. But we shall see. Oh, that doesn't suck. Assuming we find some targets. Alright, Goro Goro, you up. See, you never want to see that, because that usually just means there is a Doomscar incoming. Alright, then. I mean, we could attack. Let's see. If we do 3, 6, 7, 8, opponent goes down to 11. We lose our stuff. Yeah, we just don't have a land. If I had a land in hand, I think I would do this, because then we'd get in for 4. Opponent would go down to, what, like 7. We'd possibly get another attack in this, but without it, I think this is the best we can do. Now, obviously, they still have to find a white land and all that stuff, but here, if they just put a blocker in the way, we should be able to shoot it, which is fine. Speaking of which, okay, we'll shoot that, get some extra damage, so we negate what they just did. Don't hate that. All right, now we have to reassess again. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Opponent would go to 5. And then we have potentially a Thundering Raiju. No guarantee, obviously. This is 3, so we'd have the opponent basically at 2. But now we know they're kind of playing Angels. Actually, that may not even be a Doomscar. That could be the Make the Angels thing, actually. I bet you that's what that is. Man, I'm still not going to gamble yet, though. Because we don't quite have... Like, again, if we had a land and I knew we could secure this, I'd be all about it. With us already holding a Royal Eruption. But... we'll see. They might just try to make an Angel here. We can remove an Angel, attack... we'll see. Even if they play an Angel here, we might be able to get through enough damage. Like if they play the Righteous Valkyrie. Oh, that guy. Okay. So they're going to go to 9. Ugh. Why? Why? Alright, well, we're getting closer to where this just isn't going to matter. Alright. I guess I was too conservative in this one. I think we could have got away with something here. Now we just want to draw an untapped land. Like, literally just untap land, get in there with Thundering Raiju, and do our thing. Now they might get tricky and kill our Cathar to try to be able to block. Opponent says, oops, okay, well, either way. Okay, we're going to keep this. This is interesting when we get to 2 Commando Faces Kakazans here. Because it does create an interesting situation. Like, if we were to get a land, it could be worth it to potentially just play this on 2. Well, there you go. That's just what I was thinking. Like, so we go ahead and get this one with a counter on it. And then we go ahead and play this other one. And then next turn, we get a situation where we could have a 3-3 Goro with haste alongside a 2-2 and a 3-2. And this also becomes a 3-4. So that's a lot going on turn 2. The opponent may be leaving stuff up here just to kill a creature. Who knows? Nope, they say Tenacious Underdog gonna come get some. I guess, changing things around. I was going to Goro, but maybe that's not a thing anymore. Alright. Usually the play these decks want is to try and hit an Ob Nixilis on that next turn. Though this does create a situation that we're going to have to Luminarch Aspirant and probably make like Cathar a 4-4. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, Cathar dead. He's getting strangled. Fair enough. Gonna kill something else along the way. Let's go ahead and go with this. Oh, they have ability to kill something here, unfortunately. No? Alright. I mean, we're going to lose a pile of something to meat hooks, I guess. I mean, like, is what it is. Yep. Meat hook for 2 is going to be rough. Though, if we do get another land, we could still get in for a bunch of damage next turn. So, oh, they can't meat hook with that, though. Alright, Fable's still legit. That's a little unfortunate. I think we just do this and attack. And then if their play is some meat hook shenanigans, then so be it. We can at least get in for 4. Practically guaranteed. And if we can find a land, we still have Den of the Bugbear access. So, but I have a feeling we're losing our board. Oh, there's green mana. I didn't see that coming. Wonder what the green is for. Could be for a lot of things here. Alright, they've got 6 mana. Or could we just draw... well, Conceal Curtains. That's going to be annoying. That takes away our Goro action. Oh, nope. Alright. So now we are in trouble.
You require my aid. We will slay.
That is not what we needed. But do we still just attack all out at the opponent? Get in with this. Play this. Put a counter. Give everything haste. Put a counter here. Attack, attack, attack into the opponent. All right. I guess I could have attempted to just attack with the Luminarch Aspirant there. I'm not really doing anything else by not attacking with it, really. Because there's nothing else better on this turn that's going to happen. Like, the only realistic out is maybe draw... I mean, I guess it could be... Thundering Raiju. And that would only get 4 points in. Yeah, Nixless is cool. They're going to get to gain life. Not much we can do about it.
I will.
All right.
I'm not afraid of any of you.
Okay, we are keeping. Let's go ahead and go with this. And this works out because we can shoot something and still play Initiate and then follow with this next turn. Our hand's going to be virtually empty, but it's kind of sweet that we could do all the things. Or we just do this and hope to get lucky. Alright, let's see if it lives. Probably doesn't, but, you know. What are we going to do about it? Underdog. Well, good news, we can kill an underdog. Question is, do I care? Yeah, I do. I was going to try to talk myself out of it, but nah. Let's shoot this duder. Let's play this. Let's pump here. Get in for 6. Alright. A lot of times our goal is just, can we stay ahead of meat hook activities? We're going to put a counter here. And then we're just going to attack with everybody. Like, feel free to block. Yep. Opponent's at 5. Even another heavy doesn't matter here. Yep, that'll get you some blood tokens. Keep a gang, not enough. Alright, well, we drew Urabrass, but haven't really got to use it yet. Yeah, that was quick. Okay, yeah, keeping it. Looks like our plan is Initiate, Aspirant, Cathar. Should be somewhat good enough. Though it's always tough, right? Because you don't know if you're going to lose your Aspirant or not. And a lot of times the answer is you are going to lose it. But there's not a lot you can do about it. I mean, I guess theoretically I could just put a counter on the Initiate so I'm getting in for more damage just in case. But, meh. Sometimes if she dies, she dies. Maybe we'll get lucky and this is another opponent that wants to play a tenacious underdog. Nope. They did not. Okay. I assume you're going to kill my Luminarch Aspirants. Nope. Alright. Really? Now that's something. Opponent's exercising a lot of patience here. Oh, that's why. Yep. Makes sense. Okay, well, I know we're setting this up for a Vanishing Verse, but I figure it at least ties up a chunk of their mana. Then maybe if we get an untapped land, we get a Den of the Bugbear. I could run one of these out just by itself, but it would have been kind of silly. Yep, there's Vanishing Verse. Not a surprise. Alright, we'll let this die too. Oh, they don't have anything. Alright, alright. Well, now they've got to come up with an answer, because we do have Royal Eruption here. Rampage of the Valkyries. We can get rid of an Angel. And don't even have to worry about it coming back. Alright, opponent's at 6. We technically have lethal between a Brutal Cathar and Eruption. If they spend a bunch of mana to wipe the board again, we get to attack with our creature. Alright, I think we're going to be able to set up lethal. Oh, this doesn't actually let us kill that. Oh, how sad. Alright, so if we get rid of an Angel... Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we can't shoot for enough. We could attack with everything. They block, they take 2, that's 4, and we can get them down to 1. Or we could kill a thing. Or we could just kill... Get rid of this. Okay, this is fine. And then we attack. Unfortunately, we're going to have to use our burn spell. I don't really want to, but I feel like we have to. Alright, opponent goes to 5. We get to kill this. Yep, we'll sack a token. Alright, that was sadly like the best we could do. Feel like we need one of our big hasters here now. An Urbrask or a Raiju or something. Or we're probably just dead skis here. Okay. Urbrask. Is that enough? We attack, opponent trades, they go to 3? Yeah, because if we don't, we just lose it to this thing anyway. So yeah, sure. Yep, makes sense. Alright, opponent's at 3. We have to sacrifice our Cathar. Alright. Youthful Valkyrie. And... we have no idea what the other thing is. Alright, well, we gotta try one of these. Ooh. Do they have something? Looks like they do. They found a removal card? No? Oh, it's a Wandering Emperor. Yeah, that makes sense.
I've learned much during my travels. Let me show you.
Sure.
My judgment is final.
It doesn't really matter. They can still block that. Alright, still largely in the same situation. Looking for our big haster things.
See you later.
And they get to double strike with a Youthful Valkyrie, so if they have an Angel here, they can get in for 4, but okay, they don't. Good news for us. Very good news for us. Bad news that doesn't do much here. We are going to leave a red mana open. Thank you, Arena. Going to attack, get the token in. Alright, they're going to block. We get to sacrifice the token. Get to play this, put the opponent at 2. Alright, we weathered a storm here. I think we got there. What's the safest way for us to do this? If we turn this into a creature and they have a Wandering Emperor, they get rid of something and it's still 3, whereas if I do... well, this would be the same either way. Yeah, okay. All of it's going to get there. Alright, we'll keep this. This is probably the most suspect hand we've started with so far, so I kind of like this. Every once in a while, you just gotta give it a go and see what happens. Alright, so we don't have anything to do here, so we're just gonna play this and pass. Don't know if we're up against the same thing. Maybe it's like a weird Boros control deck, so we can't really read into anything just yet. No, it's not that at all, actually. Okay. Well, I would assume there were creatures on the other side. Do we want this? Nah, we're gonna be looking for bigger things. It's just where we are now. Let's attack with this for sport, see what they do. Nothing is the answer. Okay, end the turn. This could just be where, I don't know, maybe Halana and Elena come down. We at least get to shoot them. Get in with the Thundering Raiju on our turn. Fleetfoot Dancer. Alright, well, we can't do much about that. I mean, we could remove it, but this card is not going to do much. Alright, well, that is good to know. Let's get rid of that. Attack. They might just have another. Fleetfoot Dancer is really good. I'm a big fan of that card. Alright, Strangled to get their Fleetfoot Dancer back. Makes sense. Alright. Oh, interesting. We drew both of these. That's not good. Alright, we'll go ahead and run one out there. Attack with this. Now, the good news here is, like, you do force your opponent to, like, the way this works is instead of drawing, yeah, exactly. Oh, gosh. That's over there? Bruh, please don't have a 6 mana. Yeah, we'll block. Okay. Goodness. Alright, well, it saved us from dealing with the Vorinclex. Was not expecting that, but alright, I will take it. That is information to have. And now we can... yeah, I think I'm just going to do this. And just say, hey, you got another, you got another. I'm going to test and see if they have a Wandering Emperor here. Not going to feed them Urabrass just yet. Cathartic Pyre, so they're going to draw and discard. I don't know what this opponent's deck is. Burn down the house. Okay, Velma. Oh, this is what we're doing. So it's a big Reanimator deck. Interesting. Reanimator with Fleetfoot Dancer. Huh. Alright. Well, if they get the right cards, I mean, they've got 3... Oh. Okay, you got that. So they're just looking for a Reanimator card of some kind. And you can be playing either of the Invokes would work here. Potentially. Well, you don't... It would have to be... Well, Invoke would let them sweep the board. Yeah. Alright, then they just lose that. So that's good. Let's go ahead and get the Raiju in. Alright, hopefully they don't already have what they need in hand. They do have 4 white. So if they have the white Invoke, they could cast it, which it looks like they might. If so, this is game over. Because we definitely aren't going to be able to keep up with that. Fable of the Mirror Breaker, we can keep up with that. That is excellent. Do we even want to use this on that? Because yeah, because we want to attack. Because we're not going to have much time. We got to get all the damage in we can get. We'll attack. Put a counter on the land. Get a bunch of damages in. Opponent's at 5. I guess we'll play this for sport. I mean, this activating is 5 anyway. So even if they sweep the board, they have to do Valimachus things here. And it has to be Valimachus to draw something to kill our team. Because if not, we'll still have enough to potentially kill them. We actually, no, we're at 12. So if they get the white one, we're dead. Because Valimachus would get the 4 counters, and that'd be 13. Or no, he's only 7. So that'd be 11. Oh, he's only 5. Okay, so Valimachus wouldn't kill us. Alright, so we could still win even if they Valimachus here. I don't know why I thought he was a 7/7 for a second. But either way. They're digging for a reanimation card, but I'm not sure it matters here. Because if they go with... If they sweep the board, they have nothing left, and then we just attack with the Den of the Bugbear. If they make... Oh, so they did discard another Burn Down the House. Because I was just... And they probably realized that, too, because I had this. That's probably what they were thinking about. Alright, Thrill does gain you life. I don't think that's enough. Yep. All right, we survived it. All right, we're definitely keeping this. It's going to be a little weird on the draw, but it'll have to do. Now, what I think we'd like to do is just Luminarch Aspirant, pump the Initiate, and then maybe next turn actually draw, like, Commando Faces Kakazan, so we can play that and then shoot something with Kami's Flare, and then maybe follow up with a Thundering Raiju. Would be ideal. Whether we get to or not, whole different ball game. All right. Opponent decided to cast Consider here. Now, the downside to making the play I just made is that we do put ourselves at risk of losing the Luminarch Aspirant to something like Strangle. But we're probably going to have that happen anyway, so I'm at least spreading our action to help the Initiate just be substantial, I guess, if something happens to our creatures. Thing is, we need something to go with our turn here, this turn. Otherwise, things are going to get a little grim. Oh no, we're going to lose the Thundering Raiju. That sucks. That hurts a lot. That's probably the worst thing that could happen. Yeah. Well, need one of our... Well, I guess that'll have to do. I mean, don't love it, but is what it is. I mean, that's damage. At least this puts us out of range of being Meat Hook massacred. And if their plan here is just to play a Obnixilis, that doesn't really do anything. They know we have this for 3 damage if a creature comes, or 2 damage if a creature comes down. And then that would be lethal. So this might just lock it up, y'all. This might be a quick game. Okay, they got 4 mana, so now they can do something. Sorin doesn't help either. You play with Planeswalker, we kill the creature. You take 2, go to 9. Then we attack for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. I think the opponent's just going to do what the opponent can do. And it's just going to be kill a creature here for them. So I think we just spread the love around. And just say you get to kill Luminarch Aspirant. You kill one of them, still takes 6, go to 5. That still puts them within range of death. Alright, fair enough. That's my fault. I could have split it up a different way. I did not. Alright, opponent's at 5. They can Meat Hook for 4 if they have the land and a Meat Hook here. Unfortunately. So now we need one of our hasty boys. Urabrask, Thundering Raiju, the Knight, like any of those, all of those would be great right now to help get us out of trouble. Invoke. Interesting. This is tough, right? Because we know people play Strangle, and if that's what we know, we actually we have to get rid of this. Because if they were to draw Strangle here and then just kill our creature, there's nothing we can do about it. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. So now do we just play this? Is the opponent looking for Meat Hook Massacre? Like, all right, I don't know. All I know is if we have anything with a counter on it, we can get 2 damage still. Like, that's the important thing. Just a matter of if the opponent remembers that. So they got to get rid of our Initiate first. That's a little suspicious. Alright. I mean, I guess we attack. What the hell else are we going to do here? I mean, there's no way you don't have anything, right? With all this mana. I mean, you gotta have something, even if it's just like tap out, gain a bunch of life to. What is this? Cost 2 to get return target non-land permanent. All right, that's a thing you done. I guess we'll destroy a treasure. Because this takes 3. If we blow up the treasure, we can still do that and that. Yeah, all right. All right. Opponent, I would like for you to pass back so we can continue the turn. Oh, they might be thinking about if they want to use that red mana or not here. We're going to do this. Hit the opponent for 1. So now we have more outs to the 1 point of damage. We can get another Commando Faces Kakazan. We can get any of our haste creatures. If they play something, we can shoot them for 2. They could invoke again here, though. That would make us sacrifice a creature and an enchantment. That would be relevant. Yep. Man, we have so many haste things in this deck, too. So many. I just need one of them. Actually, we've needed one of them for the last couple turns, but it hadn't happened. Now, the interesting thing is, they might attempt to play something knowing we don't get the free 2 damage if we don't have a modified creature. However, we can play this, get the 1 counter from the Commando Faces Kakazan, and then be able to do what we need to do. Yep. That's gonna, I think, get us where we want to go. Put this on white, I suppose? Yep. As soon as they knew we had a creature, they were dead. Okay, let's keep this. Let's start with one of these. We may not actually, depending on what the opponent does here, we might want to use a Kami's Flayer, so we might miss out on some cool stuff from a Commando, but that's okay. Or not. I guess we're just going to go ahead and do this instead. Hopefully that's big enough. And the opponent doesn't have the right removal. However, everybody's playing Strangle, and this can definitely cast a Strangle. Okay. Not too shabby. Alright, here's what we want to do here. I'm actually going to wait on this, because this allows us to do way more right now. Yeah, we're just going to take advantage of being hasty here. I feel like I should grow this, but I'm going to grow this. Actually, nah. If you got it, you got it. I'd rather keep more damage after the fact, if they do have a spot removal card here. And this is going to come down to be a 4 at a minimum. And that's if we don't get a land to play Thundering Raiju. So we got a lot happening here. Alright. What do we want to do? Thundering Raiju is going to produce 2 damage. Opponent goes to 8. Oh, actually, I guess that's it? No. They'll be at 1. We'll grow this. Oh, yeah, because we do this. Yeah, there's 3 4/4s, so it doesn't even matter. That's game. Wow, that's awesome. Like, didn't even matter what the opponent did. We just rolled right through. We'll take it. Well, as much as I was half joking about the whole Fast and Furious thing, some of those games were way fast. Even with our opponents doing things, we really just like steamrolled right over them. It was crazy. So yeah, I'm all about it. Like, this was super good, super fast. Now let's talk about Urabrass for a second though. The card kind of did what we wanted to. The problem is we only drew it in like 2 games, and then I think I drew it in another one. We didn't even need to cast it. So it could be possible that we're just too fast for it. However, the format does still have a lot of times where the games go kind of long in the right matchup, especially against like Esper or something. So I still like the idea of having a card that gets us access to more cards, because if your opponent draws something they're going to cast, they're going to use it anyway. So it's not like you're really at a loss at that stage of the game. And it is still in a hasting 4/4, so I'm willing to give it a go a little bit longer and see how we like it. But yeah, this deck, super fast, super fun, checked all the boxes. It was great. No complaints. Have fun with this one. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Aurelia War Leader. This card, I expect to see it probably even in this whole Double Masters thing that's coming, because it's getting pretty expensive, to the point that I don't think you can even include this, and by expensive, it's like over $30. And I don't think you can include this in a commander deck anymore. Unfortunately, that would just skew the price of one of the commander decks too much, and nobody likes that happening. So I think it's going to be in one of these next couple of reprint sets, because it's an easy money card to have in there. So if you were planning on holding on to one a bit longer as the price has gone up, I'm not saying you need to sell it. I'm just saying don't be surprised if it gets reprinted. But this card's very good. Getting a free attack step, I mean, I would play it in the top end of this deck if I could. So yeah, it's just really bonkers, and it's just really skyrocketed over the last year or so. And yeah, there you go. If you didn't know about Aurelia, keep your eyes out, because if it gets reprinted, it's definitely one you want to put in your commander decks. Now, as always, you can get the link to today's deck down in the description below, along with links to our other streams and everything else. But if you like this deck, I'm also going to link another super fast modified deck we had. So if you like this one, you should like that one too. And as always, that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.